Yo, 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 yo. What up, what up, what up? What's going on this Saturday evening? What's up, Tank? Good evening. Here we go. Technical difficulties going on. See who's gonna come in here tonight. What up, Cuzzo? What's going on, man? Yeah, I guess a bit of a debate, you know, kind of, sort of. See who's gonna pop in tonight. Road King, what up, man? What's going on, bro? I don't know. Weird week. Weird week. Weird last few days. Weird yesterday. Sad yesterday. Honestly. Hit that like button on the way in, even if you don't say nothing. What up, Tap In? Peace, my brother. What's going on, man? Good to see you. KLG, what's good, man? What's going on? Rick, what's going on? Gunrilla and the boss. What up? Both of y'all. It's good, everybody. Oh, I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm good. Right now, I'm just relaxed right now. That's all. But I'm good. Man, KLG, it is what it is, man. Out here trying to move through this world, crazy as it is, you know. Just being calm. Oh, family good, man. Family good. What up, Thomas? Everybody good. Everybody good. I was sick last week. I'm good this week. Yeah, everybody good. Yep, everybody is good. I mean, trying to stay above the water, man. Trying to keep it moving. Trying to be optimistic. Is what it is. BTG, what up, man? Good to see you out here tonight. Saturday nights for me a little different. This weather to take its meds. And me too, KLG, man. 1 minute is 60 degrees, and the next day it's freaking 28. It's ridiculous. Do one or the other. Oh, Thomas, something's bothering me, man. You know it. I wish I could turn myself off, but I kind of don't feel like I can turn myself off right now. I'll disconnect every once in a while for a couple hours or whatever. Watch something funny, watch something crazy, something else I'm interested in. But nah, I believe we're in funny times, and there's a lot of crazy stuff that's gonna be happening. So, trying to keep my mind right. And part of me keeping my mind right is basically, talking it out. I do, Tank. From time to time, I do. But I'm the type of person that I need the information. I need the good information and the bad information so I can cross-reference things and, have a whole picture. But I don't think right now is the time to turn stuff off. I think it's the time to pay attention because it's things that are being seen that we've never seen before. I mean, I'm not old enough to have seen it. Maybe there's some older folk out there who've seen some stuff, but I've never seen it, especially in terms of my own government. I've never seen anything sort of kind of like this. Something that I never thought I would see. I don't know if anybody's ever watched a government collapse. It's not funny, but that's kind of what I think is happening. And that's not good for anybody. Yeah, right. Right on, Mel. Being woke is a bad thing. That's the stupidest shit ever. Mr. Dixon, what's going on? Being woke is a good thing. Hello, I'm here. I got your info. Hey, how you doing, Lash? Good to see you. Shout out to my man, Lev Palmer. I was in his live earlier. Great live. Great live. Great live. I appreciate that, brother, man. I appreciate him. Jimmy Walker, what up? Yeah, Armel, maybe, but it's gonna affect us differently this time. This is different. There's something that I watched yesterday that I never thought I would see. I'm old and I never seen no yeah, BP. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's something I saw I never thought that I would see. And it's actually it's embarrassing. What up, Big Zo? Yesterday was the first time that I ever was embarrassed and felt embarrassed being an American. I've never felt that way before, ever, in my entire life. But I felt that way yesterday. I felt embarrassed. Because I watched two clowns, two punks, both of them. Actually, the first one was the clown who asked the guy about him, why you don't have on a suit. And he was just misinformed. And if anybody know that guy, I can't remember his name, but his girlfriend is Marjorie Taylor Greene, the dumbest person in Congress. I mean, just a real asshat. She's just a real fucking fool. So ask the man why he got a suit on. And anybody who's been paying why he don't have a suit on. Anybody who's been paying attention understands why the man didn't have a suit on, because he wears that outfit because it's to be in solidarity with him and his people because they're at war right now. That's why he wears that. And fuck a suit. Who needs a suit? Hey, Marcy, how you doing? Oh, and for anybody that's new that comes in here, listen, I do use profanity. I don't mean to offend anybody, but right now, I don't think this is the time to be civil. I think this is the time to be outraged, and it's the time to use profanity and everything else you want to. That's the way that I feel. So I apologize ahead of time because I am going to. That's the way I feel about it, and that's what I'm going to do. So I apologize to you ahead of time if if your sensibilities are a little sensitive. Okay? You woke up and seen the truth. Everyone else already know Americans was. I mean, our mail sort of feels like it, man. Same here. Yo, I want to say that too, Big Zo. I'm glad you said that. Yo, I want to send my condolences. I don't know to her family, out to Angie Stone, one of our greats we lost today in a car accident. You know, that is to me that is it's a loss to our community. One of our legends, someone that I enjoy as an entertainer. She seemed like she was a good person. I always heard good things about her. So condolences to her family and friends and her loved ones, man. We lost somebody else, and rest in peace, sis. Hope that was a good journey. Yeah, you can't be no sugarcoat. Where's the consistency? Because he was pulling chairs out. Exactly, Tapin. That's the thing. Because he was slobbering all over Netanyahu's nuts. I mean, breaking his neck, doing whatever. But this man comes in, who he does need our help. It's true, he does. But the fact of the matter is, they want to ignore everything because what's happening is that them cats up in the White House right now, they just want to get their hands on the minerals in Ukraine. That's what this is all about. They want to get their hands on the minerals. And the president of Ukraine, I'm with that, but I need some assurances before I give you that. And the reason why he's that way is because he got burnt. He already got burnt by Russia once. They burnt him. Gave up the nukes. We said us and the rest of Europe said we would protect them. Fool been encroaching on their territory for I don't know how many years now, since 2014, going in, taking part of Crimea, killing their people. And Zelensky's like, nah, man, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice. And George Bush would say, never fool me again. He doesn't need any more of our help. I ain't gonna click right, especially after he done pumped the American taxpayers. So first of all, Tank, he didn't pump the American taxpayers out of their money. If you understood the way that works, that actually brought money into the economy. You can go look that up for yourself because I'm not going to give you a whole lesson on how that works. We didn't send them money. We sent them equipment. And what happens is, and I had to learn this myself too, we have older equipment that we can't do things with. So what we did was we sent it to them. And what happens is there's money that's allocated to replace that older equipment that we spend here, not outside the country. Now, honestly, I don't kind of like that either because it's still money that's spent here on weapons and stuff that could be spent in other places. But that's how that works. It doesn't work the other way. And this is about promises that we made. That's what this is. This is about promises that we made. I don't want to hear nothing about pro-military industrial complex. I'm not no pro-military industrial complex, but I understand that in this world, I'm sitting here with 50 guns sitting behind me. How am I going to talk like I don't care about self-defense? That'd be dumb. And for all my life, those guys, Russians, they're our enemy. They're not our friends. And then I watched this man yesterday, who was supposed to be our president, President Dumpster Fire, kiss the president of Russia's ass, talking about how much he'd been through, and he'd been through this with me, and we did this, and what kind of bullshit is that? I didn't buy all of them. Some people gave them to me, some people bought them for me. Either way, with that argument, you're not gonna win nothing here with me. There's no wins here with that. That's bullshit. That's not realistic. That's not the way the world works. You can live in your little microcosm if you want to, but that's not the way the world works. So, yeah. And we made promises to them. So since we made the promises, we're supposed to keep up with them. But now that we got two punk bitches in office, and that's what they both are. You got one who's a punk who ain't never done nothing. I don't care if he was in the military. The cat wore mascara. Go look him up. He does all type of silly shit. And then we got one guy who, I get the fact he was scared to go to war, and his pops got him out of it. But then to talk bad about the men and women who did go to war and who did fight and call them suckers and losers and all type of shit like that, he a bitch. There's a difference between just I'm scared and I don't want to go, whatever. Then you're gonna start talking about the people who went and shed blood in different places for this country. And I'm supposed to respect these clowns? Hell no. Anybody who said, all right, BP. You want to know something, Jimmy Walker? I understand the whole thing about what happened with the Ukrainians and the Africans over there. I understand that. I remember that. But I'm not talking about that. What up, Rodney? I'm not talking about that. Yeah, we're going to get to that. Bro. I ain't forget. Want to get more people in here first. What up, man? What's going on, Patriot? Yeah, I mean, we're talking about two different things here. And that's what's happening here. We're watching our country, essentially our people, be made to look like the biggest asshole on the planet because there's a stupid dumpster fire sitting in the office doing dumb shit. I don't care what you say. There is nothing, absolutely nothing that can justify what happened yesterday. And the only reason that man didn't go off is because he needs help. That's the only reason why he didn't go off. That man was putting his hands on him, doing all type of stuff. As men, even as women, someone just put their hands on you and do whatever it is that they think they can just touch you or whatever, you're ready to smack the shit out of them. Let's talk. Let's talk for real. And then to ask the man why he wasn't wearing a suit. I watched Elon Musk's punk ass walk in there with his hat on. And everybody know when you walk in someplace that's supposed to be some sort of place, like if you walk in church or you walk into a school, any sort of building, you're supposed to take your hat off. As a man, that's what you're supposed to do. It's respecting where you are. You're inside. Nobody said nothing to that clown about that. But you're going to ask this man who's in war, who's the president of a country, who's in war trying to keep his people from dying, why he don't have a suit on. And then people going to co-sign that bullshit. Because that's what it is. Bullshit. So you want to live free and you want to live sort of free, I guess. Hold on, let me see what Dave said. I spent 10 years in Europe while in the army, and that crap yesterday was a slap in the face of all Europe. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. We have alliances and ties with people, man. We do. See, I know Trump don't care nothing about that anyway, because I think he did the same thing to the Kurds. Just pulled us out of there and left them over there to die. See, he don't mind doing that. See, but right now it's about money because the foxes are in the hen house and the oligarchs are trying to rule everything. That's what this is all about. This is all about getting the minerals from Ukraine. Because the president of Ukraine is like, nah, you got to give me some assurances. I ain't giving you any because you gave me assurances before. And since 2014, none of you have done anything. And that's why he said it. He said Obama, then he said Trump, and then he said, who was the whoever next one was? I don't know why I'm forgetting. Yeah, Obama, Trump, like the last presidents from 2014, Bush, whoever it was. He said basically, y'all didn't do anything when they invaded us and they hit Crimea and they killed our people there. When we had the Budapest Accords, when Germany and France and them got together and said, hey, we were going to make sure that everything was good for you and these guys wouldn't attack you. Y'all didn't do anything. Why in the hell would he trust Trump? Because Trump says, oh, they don't respect him. They respect me. No, he doesn't. You a ball-licking ass punk. That's why you sitting there in the Oval Office looking like a clown, kissing the Russians' ass. Those guys aren't our friends. They're our adversaries. It's just the truth. And you can't be friends with them because you want to. But you want to know why? Because he's dealing with a KGB agent who has so much more intelligence than him. All they know that they got to do is kiss his ass and he's going to want to do what they want. That's why he sat in there and started beefing for him like that was his man. Oh, he went through so much stuff with me and he did that. No, nobody paid attention to that. As a man, you were looking at that going, this is a little bit too much. It's like if China put military bases in Mexico on the border, we would invade as well. Same thing Russia did. No, Tapin. There's a difference there. There was an agreement. Ukraine already had a border there. They had an agreement that wasn't supposed to happen. These are two totally different things. This is not like somebody putting some military base in Mexico. This is different. That's not even what happened there. Devon, what up? DB, what up? Anybody else I ain't see? What up? That's the thing. We signed up for a thing. We got into a thing. You're supposed to stand up. Stand up by what it is that you did. What up, AK Lover? If you're wasting your agreement, wasn't an agreement that NATO would not expand. NATO wasn't expanded. NATO wasn't expanding. What up, Ramsey? They never let them into NATO. And you want to know something? If they did, so what? I don't look at this guy as an honest actor. You broke the accord first. You invaded me. That's just like someone kicking in my front door and deciding to take some shit from me, and I fight back and drive them off, and then the people get mad at me because I had the nerve to drive the invader off. That's bullshit. So I look at things very simply. And if you can show me something to change my mind. Because I'll gladly look at it and be like, okay, yeah. But you can't. You believe in all that propaganda is bullshit. What up, Nikolai? The fact of the matter is, there was an agreement that was signed, and he broke it more than once. More than once he broke it. And we all know that this right now is about money. I will, Amel. This is about money. And if he had just walked in there yesterday and signed that agreement and gave them those minerals, it still wasn't going to stop anything. Because the question was asked to President Dumpster Fire. If they do break the agreement, what they're going to do? What are you going to do? Told that woman, what do you mean? What if? A bomb could drop on your head right now. You know what he was saying? I ain't going to do shit. I'm just trying to basically grift your ass and get you to sign those minerals over to us, and then we're going to let Russia have their way with you. That's what he was saying. And that's why he kept trying to say to him, listen, that first thing he said when he tried to answer his questions, he said, everybody has war. Everybody has, during war, they have problems. But you have a great big ocean between you and them. I know exactly what he was trying to say. We don't. But after a while, it will influence you too. Because it will. And it's influencing them already. But he's too stupid, he's too dumb, and he's too greedy to realize what's happening. So you ain't got to like the way everything works, the way everything moves. But there's a balancing act. It just is. And a lot of it is a balancing act that's way above what we know or what we think. But I can look at certain things and see what strategy is about when something is strategic. What up, Joshua? Ukraine can hold their own, but this is all about the dollar. I get that. Cartwright said America been doing that since the 80s. Promise is not kept. That's why we have horrible relations with the Middle Eastern countries. So I can't blame current administration. It's a U.S. trend. You want to know something, Cartwright? I can't disagree with you, brother. I can't. But this is the first time I ever watched something like that happen. because there was no reason for that to happen. What he tried to do was, and like all that bluster and all that stuff, he did all of that performative bullshit was for one guy sitting over in the Kremlin. That's what that was for. That's why I say, man, the fox is in the henhouse, yo. He kept saying that the enemy from within was going to destroy the country. That's exactly what's happening. The enemy from within. And I understand all that. Every empire falls and all that. I understand that. They say, BP, when China comes knocking, the EU is going to tell the US to keep that same energy. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. That's why you do not just shit on your allies for no reason at all, just because you think you can. I know we got the most powerful military force on the planet. I understand that. But we can't beat the whole world. There's not one single, I haven't seen anybody, what up, fat guard, that some sort of legitimate leader that agrees with this clown. What he did was stupid. If you want to fight and argue with somebody behind closed doors, you do that. But he made America look bad. Not just him. He made America look bad. Thank you, Resilient Dad. I appreciate my brother. He made America look bad. And I don't like that. It made me feel ashamed. Because no matter what way we look at it, that's supposed to be our ally. That's like you, my homeboy, and some shit jump off, and I just shit on you and go with the other guy. And you, my man. Let's just break it down to the most basics of shit. Even if you're a clown and you do dumb shit, you still my man. I'll take it to this. You know how 50 Cent and Yayo? Yeah, that's his man, loyal to the soil. That's his boy, no matter what. And 50 always talk about how he do dumb shit. Always. But 50 always bail him out. You know why? Because he's loyal as hell. That's my man. He gonna be there. When shit jump off, he gonna be there, no matter how stupid he at. That's how you're supposed to treat your man. Someone who's really your man. Especially when you make him promises. It's just that simple. It's no simpler than that. Russia needs access to the Black Sea to move to work to the U.S. Do not like competition, and Ukraine is in the way. This whole thing has to do with Putin is basically wants to recreate the Russian Empire. That's what he wants to do. Because he won't stop with the Ukraine. Next it'll be Poland, and it'll keep moving. He won't stop. So that's the thing. You're trying to stop. NATO exists because of a time in this world where you didn't want that type of a thing to expand. That's why it exists. NATO done got fucked up many times. They tried to do some shit and come here and fuck with us and hit Pearl Harbor, but that was about as far as they could get. But now we got the enemy sitting in the White House. I don't care how many laws that they look that are good that are for the Second Amendment, that don't mean shit. The only thing it does is that it means that I can defend myself when some bullshit jumps off. Because I'm watching something hoping that what I see is not what I see. Because those same people that ran up in the Capitol on January 6th, they sitting at home now like, yo, what the hell is going on here? All across the country, that constituency is like, what the hell is this guy doing? Because everybody likes a degree of stability. Everybody does. What up, Hot Tub? Can you imagine how the conversation went if come up? Yes. Oh, it would have went crazy, man. It would have went crazy. Ukraine is better off not having that damn agreement. Whereas PBS wants to have the grounds to move on the winter force. I agree with you, Dave. They are. How many slaves or countries did Russia colonize, cuzzo? I don't know. You tell me. And if they didn't colonize any, so what? If they did, then hey, that's what I expect. They're part of the whole lineage of evil anyway. That's what I expect. I expect them to do that. So, and your point is, Armel, because they didn't enslave somebody, your point is what? See, the fact of the matter is, what we found out is that their military is inept. It basically is. Because the Ukrainians may not be winning, but they're fucking them Russians up over there. So what? What that mean? That means that Russia is good because they never had slaves. Russia tried to go into Afghanistan. What happened? Afghanistan fucked them up, kicked them the fuck up out of there. So you bringing up all these points that mean what? There's been slaves everywhere. Our people got sold into slavery by our people. So now what? I'm supposed to hit every fucking African? Where's your point at, man? You're not making one. What up, Charles Henry? I don't give a fuck. At one point in time, I guess that was the way of the world. That don't make the shit right. But because Russia didn't participate, that means something. Russia got their own atrocities and then killed and done some other shit to their own people over there. So don't start that bullshit. They lied to us about Russia. No, it doesn't. Because they didn't have slaves? What the fuck that mean? See, when tell the Polish, the Romanians, the Uzbeks, the Afghans that they wanted slaves from 45 to 80. That's what I'm saying. I mean, that's a bullshit point. It's no point at all, basically. What up, CDL? What the hell was the Warsaw Pact and Cold? Yeah, see, Dave, listen, man. It was to maintain Western European supremacy. Oh my god. Talk that shit if you want. If you want to be pro-Russian, be pro-Russian. I ain't never gonna be pro-Russian. Ever. Nothing. Under no circumstances at all. Motherfuckers ain't got no good for us. They don't give a fuck about black people, slavery, no nothing. I don't want to hear none of that shit. None of them do. I'm talking about where I am now. I'm pro-black too. But because I'm pro-black don't mean I gotta be pro-Russian. That's some dumb shit. The fuck is that? That makes absolutely no sense at all. Come on, this one thing to understand how we got here. It's another thing to have a chance to figure it out right now. I mean, resilient. That's what I understand what you're saying. There's a thing here, man, that we getting duped, and you letting this clown ass dude gaslight you. Why fuck Ukraine? Tell me why. See, I don't gotta like the government, like the people, but I know what's supposed to be going on there. It's supposed to be a stop on something. It's supposed to be a defense against something. That's what it's for. I understand the strategy of it. So I'm never gonna say, "Oh, just fuck them," so Russia can just keep moving. No. I want everything in their way possible. Everything in their way possible. See if our cities and people first. You do know there are Nazis in the U.S. openly parade. Yeah, that's another thing too, Ramsey. It's Nazis and shit walking around here now because they feel empowered by these clowns. You know, I got kids and grandkids. I got my boy who's a big boy, a young boy, but he a big boy because his daddy's a big boy. His daddy's a big man, come from big people. That's all I need is for some of these white racist clown Nazi ass motherfuckers. Then you're gonna be reading about me because I'm not trying to hear none of that shit. My guns shoot real bullets. And if they run out of them, I'll sit in the fucking garage and make some. It's a whole other story. Ukraine is supplying intel to organizations to kill black people in Africa. Show me the proof. Show me the proof, Armel. See, because you're talking all that shit, but show me the proof that they're supplying all of this information to kill black people in Africa. Don't fall back to no bullshit. Show some proof. Show some receipts. I understand that place is strategic. Like I said, I ain't gotta like those people. I ain't gotta like that government. But I understand what that little piece there represents and what's trying to happen here. Wake the fuck up. Russia just wants passage and access to resources we are trying to protect and claim for ourselves. I mean, you want to know something, Nikolai? It's more than that than they just want resources. They want to restore the empire. China is the same way. They're trying to rebuild the Silk Road. They got a 1,000-year plan. Think beyond that. This is about dynasty and manifest destiny. They war in Africa. Yeah, okay, they warring over lithium and cobalt. Okay. I'm talking about that region and why that stuff is strategic and why we need to have that there. Why that's there. I didn't care if Ukraine did join NATO. They're a sovereign nation if that's what they want to do. And you want to know why they felt that way? Because in 2014, them Russian bastards started knocking on their door and trying to take back shit that we were supposed to help defend. And we didn't do anything. No administration did anything. Russia raided after they got blocked from accessing Ukraine. Yeah, I mean, but they weren't supposed to have access in Ukraine. Ukraine was a sovereign nation. They agreed to that. That's why they gave up their nukes. Because I guarantee you, if Ukraine still had their nukes, Russia wouldn't be doing all that bullshit right now. They wouldn't be doing all that. But for me to sit here and think that I'm just gonna just accept whatever because I watched who's supposed to be the head of our nation lick the boots of that fool over there in the Kremlin and actually was caping for that dude. I watched him start going into a little soliloquy about how he went through so much. They went through so much together and all this other. You didn't pay attention to that? You didn't see that? Or you just don't want to see it? The fox is in the henhouse, yo. What up, Teddies? Ukraine has been a corrupt country for many decades. Zelensky is a crook and is willing to lose his people for money. Yeah, I mean, you could say that. And you could say that. You don't have no proof of that. You just talking shit too. Those are right wing Russian talking points. That's what they are. Those are right wing Russian talking points. And I'm busy watching all of these people talk like Russia is our friend. When you have the politicians who swore an oath to our Constitution sitting around who can't even tell the truth about the fact of who invaded who and making excuses up for it. Because we got an asshole in the White House who wants to be a dictator because he likes Kim Jong-un and he likes Putin and he likes the Xi, the Chinese cat. He wants to be some sort of king. That's why they put that picture out with the crown on his head. He wants to be a king. But we don't have kings in America. We had a whole fucking revolution about that shit. More money won't end Zelensky's war. Time for a different plan. America is broke. It can't work. If America is broke, Ted, okay, what you think about the $4 trillion worth of debt they just added they just added and raised the debt ceiling in order to do that shit? So if you want to talk some shit, talk some real shit. Don't just talk bullshit because you want to come here and talk some Russian talking points. Don't do that. Matter of fact, fuck off. Yeah, I ain't trying to hear none of that. It was a big distraction. The client list being released. Yo, tap in. There was nothing in those things. Those papers were released before. That's why everybody's going crazy. People on the left going crazy. People on the right. People in the middle. What they released was nothing. It wasn't nothing. It was a big nothing burger. It was stuff that was released already in the past, and then they redacted all of that shit. Now we got the MAGA nuts fighting with each other. The new chick Bondi, and what's the cat's name who just became the FBI director? Because she's saying it's his fault because he won't give her the information. It's bullshit. It's smoke and mirrors. But who cares? I don't give a fuck who's on the Epstein list. I could care less. That don't affect me. What affects me is that the rest of the nation looking at us now, not just the president, looking at us, the American people, as a bunch of fools and dumbasses because we elected this fool and put them in there, and now all this dumb shit is going on. That's what I care about. I don't give a shit what was on Epstein's list. I wasn't there. I wasn't at none of the parties. So I don't give a damn. Yeah, they did raise the debt ceiling. Raise it for what? There was no need to. So you can steal all the money and give it to the top 0.1% of the country and people that don't need it and fuck people and closing all types of... There's hospitals that will have to close one day after they do their dumb shit. One day in rural areas. These people who voted for him won't have a place to go, who lose all type of stuff. I'm talking about the American people getting hurt. Fuck all the side shit. And then making us look bad on the world stage because that's what he did. Don't nobody agree with that shit except people who don't care about America. They happy he did that because it makes us look stupid. It makes them look stupid. You gotta take care of your own house before someone else's. DB, I don't disagree. But it is our war. It's our war because we agreed to protect. It is. We agree with it. What up, Rick? Don't let it get you mad. It's not about in the office. No. I will let it get me mad. See, at some point, Before we became a republic, I bet you there was people sitting around saying that same thing. Oh, don't be mad. It'll be okay. Everything will be fine. But then there was some guy sitting somewhere who was like, fuck that. I ain't taking this shit. See, there is a spirit of revolution that lives in this country because of how we came about. That's what I'm telling you. The same reason that they stormed the Capitol before is the same reason that they'll do it again. I'm not just riding with somebody just because they do some shit that because it might be beneficial to me, just one or two things. And I'm not stupid enough to think they're gonna send me a check either. Printing of money is a direct tax and decreasing everybody's Bible. Facts. That's a fact. Putin did release the archive showing all the biblical times where the images of Christ and others were black people, saying that thousands more hidden around Europe. Mike, and I know that too. See, but I don't look at them doing that and releasing that as some sort of like, I'm some ode to black people. That's psychological warfare too. I don't care if he did that. That's psychological warfare. If inflation is 4% over 10 years compounded, that's 52% decrease your buying power. They are stealing your money. Yeah. Nobody doesn't seem to care, it seems almost. Because, our Second Amendment rights. Okay, I'm just happy I got my guns and my bullets and shit just in case shit pop off. That's what I'm happy about. But other than that, I can't ride with this shit. This is the most un-American shit I've ever seen in my life. And you don't gotta believe it, you ain't gotta believe in it. But there's men and women that died for us to be able to even deal with the bullshit that we got going on. There's men and women that died for it. What up, Dr. Brian? So, as a person with some sort of conscience, not to mention the fact that I'm seeing this shit, this stuff is designed to hurt our people. It's not designed to help. And when I say people, I'm talking about everybody in the country. What happened to the saying, when white folks get a cold, black folks get the flu? That don't count no more? Because they getting the cold right now. So if they getting fucked up, that means we going to get fucked up even worse. That don't count no more. Because I heard a lot of people saying that shit before, but now all of a sudden that don't count. Because these people are up in arms and outraged because of what's going on. Because most of them were too stupid to actually know who they were voting for and know what they were voting about. So now they finding out, we fucked up. And that's what's happening. But it just sucks that we have to deal with this stupidity. And now the American people, we look like a bunch of dumbasses. Even the ones who wouldn't try to put that clown in office. We all look stupid. And that's what he kept saying yesterday. I don't know if y'all caught that too. When they kept trying to talk shit to him and talk about what happened then and how this didn't happen, he kept saying, you're elected president. It was your president. Basically saying, your dumbasses are the ones who made him the president. He was the leader of your country. That's why he was doing whatever he was doing. So how are you going to get mad at us because they were doing it? You elected them. That's what he was saying. Go back and watch the tape. Look past the shit that you think you're supposed to see and look at what's there. Because them two cats they were just being clowns. That's all they was doing. Nah, they have measles, figuratively and literally nowadays instead of. Yeah, you want to know something, Ramsey J? Because I'm gonna get into that too. Because one of our good homies messaged me about that. And the measles is going crazy because we got a dumbass head of the NHS or the NIH, whatever the hell it is. Freaking that Kennedy guy, who's a dumbass. We had a little child die the other day. We ain't had a measles death in 10 years. But now we got some stupid ass talking about some dumb shit. We've been getting vaccines and shit for years. I grew up in New York City. We used to get our vaccines and shit for free. We had vaccines day for measles and mumps and rubella and all that shit. Now all of a sudden it's something crazy. Because social media said so? My God, pick up a fucking book and learn, yo. Russia invaded Ukraine because of crooked pedo Joe. Yeah, Barry, I knew that the Trump tards would come out of nowhere. I knew that would happen. But that's easy to deal with. I'm talking about real shit. I'm not talking about no fucking just propaganda shit about Joe Biden. Joe Biden ain't the president right now. That motherfucker gone. He's somewhere on the beach eating his applesauce. I don't give a fuck about what's going on with him. None tonight, Big Zo. No coffee. Just water, brother. Just water. Went to get my favorite coffee beverage, and Dunkin' Donuts said that the machine was closed down for the night because I went there too late. The shit in the Congo will explain everything that's really happening in Mexico. Okay, I'll look into the Congo. Exactly, BP. That's what he was saying. He was up there spitting facts, and nobody wanted to try and listen to him. They just want to try to talk over him. Read between the lines. Have some critical thinking. That's how I knew our president was going to be a dumpster fire, because I listened to what he was saying. I listened to what was coming out of his mouth. I didn't just put it off as, oh, that's just how he talks. He don't mean it. No. You tell me over and over and over again you're going to smack me in my face, eventually I'm going to grab you by your throat to make sure you don't smack me in my face. And he kept telling he was going to do some bullshit, and he's doing it. Those fascists had to... Right, Big Zo. Vance was installed by Peter Thiel. Pulling hit all-time highs. They are... Yeah, man. Yo. First of all, yesterday Vance was acting like he was a tough guy because one of the interviews that they did with Trump about him was, do you see him as your successor? He said no. He straight up said no. He was like, he had some good things going on for him, but no. Basically, I'll make him my vice president, but he's too much of a bitch to be my successor. That's basically what he said. Pay attention. Read between the lines, man. See, because you can say whatever you want to say, and I'm going to say this 1,000 times. You can say whatever you want to say about this country. My people built it. The blood is in the dirt. It's ours. I'm not going nowhere, and it's all I know. So if anybody got to fight for it, it's got to be somebody like myself. I ain't got nowhere to go. This is what I know. I'm from Queens, Hollis. That's where I'm from. So this land here is my land. And I ain't going nowhere. I'm America's son. If you don't like it, fuck you. It is what it is. I've accepted that a long time ago. Now you have to look forward to 3.8 years. Yeah, I know, Big Zo. That shit was orchestrated. I know it was. Orchestrated, BTG. You could tell. Not to mention the fact, I bet you he screamed on Vance later because they killed the deal. Because what was supposed to happen was he thought he could get in there and be all tough. And all the cards, you don't got all the cards, and I'm all this, and we are only this and all of that. And Zelensky cares about his people and was like, yo, you know something? Fuck you. I'm not going out that way. So what? He kicked him out the White House. So what? So what we're doing is making ourselves diametrically opposed to every other nation in this world except for the nations who are our enemies anyway. And all you want to do is give them room to just sneak right on in and fuck us up from the inside. And that's what they're doing. It's the smartest thing ever. It's the smartest play ever. Because militarily, they know they can't fuck with us. So when you got a clown that's sitting in the seat that runs everything, and you can manipulate him, and you got a guy who's smart, like the Russian president, who's actually smart, who's an ex-KGB agent, who knows about psychological warfare and stuff, and he's using that shit to get what he wants. And we got too much of a dumbass who doesn't know that. Because he doesn't know anything. Because he thinks that he's sitting in a corporate office somewhere. The world don't run like a corporation. It doesn't run like a private corporation. That's not how this works. You can say, yeah, the United States is a corporation. It's a business. It's not the same. DB, I'm not a Biden voter. Not one bit. I'm not a Republican or a Democrat. They're all full of shit. But when I see what I see to be an existential threat to the Republic, I'm going to speak on it. I don't give a fuck who it is. When I hear someone tell me that they want to be a king, no, we don't fuck with kings in America. We don't have kings here. And I hear these stupid people, and I watch these interview people, oh yeah, if we have a dictator, I want it to be him. If we had a king, I want it to be him. You dumbass, because you never lived under a monarchy. You never lived under a dictator. And especially if you have a dictator who's a fucking idiot. Just listen to him for 5 seconds. He's a dumbass. Oldest trick in the book, start an argument when you don't want to. Yeah, exactly. I do believe it was a planned performance. They know his psychological profile and took advantage. I don't disagree with that either. So is he. Didn't leave with any money. No, he didn't. Manipulate people's emotions, lift them a cobalt. Now, won't you tell us how you really feel? Oh, I'm definitely going to tell you that. Existential. So I'm like, nah, man. All these extra sides. And see, that's the thing. I don't want to sit and just be watching this stuff happen because I know there's other stuff that have watched their governments and countries fall and they were just like sitting back like everything was going to be sweet. No. And anybody who's supposed to be on the side of democracy or of being a republic or a constitutionalist, they're not saying anything. The only one saying stuff is the cats on the other side that they talk bad about. These cats are like, yo, what are you doing to our democracy? What's going on here? And these are the ones who are supposed to be supposedly against it. They're not, because they have different views than you. They want to be here because they want to be able to have different views. They want to be somewhere where they don't kill for having different views. So they standing up for some shit that we all need to be standing up for. I don't want no clown ass who don't know how to, who can barely talk, ruling over me. And people think that shit is okay. And automatically, because you against him, you a Biden vote. You don't know my politics at all. Because if you did, you'd be like, damn, Zach got some fucked up shit that he think about. But the one thing that I do know is I want the republic to stand. I want our democracy to be here. I don't want somebody up at the top of it letting the fox into the henhouse, which is what's happening. And I'm watching it happen in front of my eyes. Need your own beat for cuss words. That shit would be. Listen, man, I'm passionate about it. This is our country, all of ours. No matter how bad and how we got here, how bad shit is, this is ours. And for me to sit and watch the people who are supposed to be in the seats of power who run this place bend to some foreign people who don't even, they're not for us. They're not for the American people. They could care less. Can't hold the water in a bucket that had holes in it. I don't even know what the fuck that means. And you want to know something? It depends on how big the hole is. You can drink the water for quite a while if the hole ain't that big. So don't start that stupid shit with me. But anyway. Yeah, you just sit back and watching these fools run around and just do whatever. The American people are the ones that are going to suffer for this. We're going to suffer for it. He already, and then he's had the nerve to say it. Oh, just may have to suffer for a little while. That's some bullshit. Yes. See, I just see my thing is I just couldn't understand how you could sit and listen to someone when they started talking shit about eating cats and dogs, how the Haitian people were up and eating cats and dogs and all of that. I knew that was bullshit. I knew they was on bullshit before then, but I live about 40 minutes away from that town. And I ain't never heard no shit like that at all. I know people that live there. I work with people who go back and forth from there all the time. I ain't never heard nothing like that. And I've been living here damn near 20 years. Matter of fact, it's 20 years now. I ain't never heard no shit like that ever. That was close to me. Some of these guys was on bullshit. Joy comes in the morning. I'm just being a shit. Hey, ain't nothing wrong, Big Zo. Listen, man, I'm cool with that. So we're already suffering. People got to buy eggs on corner. Yo, Randy J, I know. But there are levels to suffering, bro. It's one thing to have a little small cut on your finger. It's another thing to have a bullet wound. There's levels to it. And from what I'm seeing, they're trying to create bullet wounds. That's what I'm saying. You ain't got to like what's here. I ain't got to like parties. Both of our parties suck. And in my estimation, they both against me. And when I say me, I'm talking about black people. They both against me. Both of them. But like I said before, it's one thing trying to bust through a sheetrock wall as it is trying to bust through a wall that's made out of 10 inches of steel. There's a difference. And just sitting back like everything is cool, nah, it's not. Because the fool ass dude is in the, yo, man, I got kids and grandkids, man. And I can't be here forever. But while I'm here, I'm gonna open my mouth and say something. All these guys and shit ain't just fucking go hunting. Just so anybody that knows, as a black man in the United States, I believe that every black person, legal or illegal, should be armed to the teeth just in case. Because of the history of what's going on in this country with us. I ain't getting to this because, I wanted to go hunting and all of that. No, that ain't why I got into this for. Maybe some folk did, but I didn't. I got into this shit just in case shit jump off, and I ain't gonna be standing there with a pen in my hand or a bat or a stick, like, I'm gonna keep him away. No. I need to have the most effective tool available to preserve my life and the lives of the ones that I love. And I don't want to see it come to that. I never want to see that. But I'm looking at things that I've never seen before, and I understand that empires fall. I could be in that generation of the empire falling. It's possible. Don't think it can't. Literally bought 50 rounds of 9mm a day for almost. Yo, Ramsey, for real, yo. Bullets seem to be cheaper than eggs. There's gonna be an egg mafia. Not to mention the fact, because I know there's a bunch of Trump heads out there listening to me. Where's all the shit he said he was going to do on day one? He was supposed to stop the war on day one. Egg prices was supposed to go down. Fuel prices was supposed to go down. All this shit he was supposed to do. And he hasn't done a goddamn thing to help people. Regular people. Nothing. All they wanted to do was rob the treasury, raise the debt ceiling so they can give money to all of his buddies up on the top. And that's why everybody was at the inauguration worshiping at the feet of Donald Trump. Clowns, all of them. Not even watching his record to watch and see his track record to where as soon as you disagree with him one time, he throw you under the bus and then run you over with it. Not even smart enough to see that. Because they a bunch of punks too. It's ridiculous. I mean, gas been going down, bro. He ain't do it. Gas been going down before his ass got in there. I don't want to hear that shit. Stock market crashing. Stock market ain't doing shit. Crypto ain't doing shit. 401k looking like bullshit. You can say whatever you want. I watched that shit go up and up and up and up and up. And then all of a sudden, that shit just stopped. So you can try to come with all the sideways bullshit that you want. You can't get me with that. Because I pay attention to shit. Nah, not as much as it was doing for me, Big Zo. That's why I say it's a drop. It's a loss. Gas went down, but everyone getting fired. Who needs gas when you have no... That's a fact too, Ramsey. So there's always the points and counterpoints. I care about the Republic. I care about our country. And the foxes in the henhouse trying to rob us blind, man. I said it before. Look at this clown did the biggest data breach in history. The biggest data breach in history. And everybody act like they don't care. If it was blamed on some scammers overseas, some Indians or some Africans or somebody else, everybody be all up in arms. But because President Dumpster Fire put this fool in charge of everything and went in and fucking stuff up, it's okay. Because you want to worship at the feet of the dear leader. Nah, man, I don't believe in golden calves. I don't believe in those. There's only one person that I call God that I would kneel to. That's it. Nobody else. Shit motivated as fuck to get your shit in order. Get your shit in order for what, Mel? You might not have no shit to get in order. Gotta get the bullshit done first. Then you gotta get your shit in order. You can do it both at the same time. But there's no one or the other. There won't be nothing to get in order. You're not listening. So my stocks have done really well, especially if you have a balanced portfolio. Oh, I'm not tech heavy at all, Big Zo. His plan in office is to wreck shit while he gets as much money as he can for himself and get revenge. But that's exactly BTG, man. You said it right there, brother. That's exactly what it is. You've been saying it. This is about revenge because he's a narcissistic, megalomaniac, punk ass piece of shit. That's why. This is all about revenge. That's all it is. He don't care nothing about the people. The people that voted for him and the people that didn't. The people that didn't vote for anybody. He don't care nothing about them. This is about the rich trying to make everybody poor and trying to make everybody subservient to him. That's what it's about. If you really believe the American dream, you definitely will not have shit when it falls. I mean, whatever that means. Hey, Dave. It is what it is, man. This is a space to talk. This is a space to say stuff. I still believe in America. I still believe in my First Amendment right to say what I want to say, even if there's consequences behind it, because I understand that too. Even being on this private platform that's owned by a corporation, that they can do whatever they want at any time. But until they shut me up, I'm going to keep talking. I'm not going to stop. Because in my estimation, there's nothing else that's more important. If I don't have a country or anywhere to be, what am I going to do? And I ain't going to just lay down and die. I'm going to die one day from something. Hopefully it ain't because I got to be shooting at somebody and somebody shooting at me. But that's what's important. Having a country so you can get your shit together, oh man. The dream, that's why being woke is wrong. They want us to believe in the dream. Nah, man. You want to know something? There's an ideal that this country was built on. It is. We've just never lived up to it. We never have. Alan Greenspan, he was the first person that I heard say it. The one thing we didn't account for was greed. I remember when he said it. We didn't. And that's what it is. Because the fact of the matter is that there's more than enough to go around for everybody. But greed will have people saying, no, can't give nothing to them, can't give nothing to that. You know, my fault, no more. Let me hoard it all. There's more than enough here that nobody in this country has to go hungry. More than enough. During COVID, they flipped the switch and they made what? $4 trillion overnight or some shit like that? Just injected it out of nowhere? There's more than enough money. That ain't good for our economy either. That's bad. But there's more than enough. You can do stuff. But if we do not have a country, what are we going to do then? And I'm not naive enough to think, oh, it could never happen here. That's what the Romans thought. A lot of great societies, that's what they thought. Oh, it can never happen here. No. They didn't have as much history as I do to know that it can happen. Shit'll be good no matter where I go. Oh, Mel, you can say that. That's good. I'm feel good for you. But I'm not going anywhere. Matter of fact, see, you say you never had a country. I do have a country. I don't have the same sentiment as you. Not at all. I do have a country. And I'll never feel that way that I don't have one. Ever. That's bullshit. That's me shitting on my ancestors. And I won't do that. Yeah, but too many have chosen hunger to support greed. Big Zo, I know, bro. Capitalism, see, and I don't even blame capitalism because anybody who understands capitalism is capitalism has no moral compass at all. Capitalism is get as much as I can and do as little as I can getting it, or paying someone as little as I can to have them so I get it all. That's what capitalism is. I know that. That's what it is. But when you watch people believe a fool, 9 times out of 10 because they're a fool and they just listen to some dumb shit. and they're not paying attention to what he's actually saying. And because there's a hatred behind it too, because it's the hatred of the other who doesn't look like them, who's not like them. That's part of it too, because hate is a great motivator, especially when you try to make somebody think that they're better than somebody else. And I don't watch a lot of these no tooth, snaggle tooth, backwoods motherfuckers say some dumb shit and they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. And now a clown who sounds just as stupid as they do is ruling over them, and now they getting ready to lose everything. They about to cut the Medicaid. They about to cut the SNAP, all of that. All of the shit that they live off of. All of these backwood jerkwater dumbasses about to lose all their shit, and they ain't got no way to gain it and get it back. None. Their education for their children, everything. Because they believe a fool, oh, he's a billionaire, so he gotta know. The fact that he's a billionaire means he don't give a shit about you, you dumbass. Since when did the majority of the rich give a shit about the regular people? Never. They are the robber barons of the world. And in the United States, we have a history of bucking against robber barons. That's why you got Billy the Kids and Jesse James and cats like that used to rob railroads and banks and shit. And I said it before. History is there. The history is on my side. It's there. But because somebody looked at you and told you, hey, those people over there, they're illegal, they're not supposed to be here. That's what all your problem is. The people that don't look like you because they're not white and Christian. They're brown and they come from South America, or they come from Haiti, or they come from somewhere else. And they're not considered to be real people. They're considered to be from shithole countries and stuff like that. And then you look at yourself and you live in backwater, whatever part of the country, down there with no shoes on, don't got no good dental benefits, looking like a fucking dumbass, sounding stupid with no education. And you got the nerve to look down on them because some guy you perceive as being some sort of smart dude because he's a billionaire or claims to be a billionaire, you got to listen to him because he know better. When all he was doing was using you as a useful idiot. And now you look like a fucking dumbass. I've seen some hater really. Oops, I spoke. Hey, it is what it is, Big Zo. They didn't know about Dr. West's blood. I mean, listen, man, the fact of the matter is that in this country, we have a two-party system. We just do. So you always end up voting for the lesser of two evils. Unless you just decide I'm not going to vote or I'm just going to go vote for somebody else. So either way, you end up either voting for the greater evil or the lesser. There's no alternative. That's just the way that our country is set up. Now, it ain't right, and there's some bullshit, but that's the way it is. And because we live in a corptocracy, there's never a way for anybody regular, such as myself or you, to get into those higher places of power so that people know who we are and we can get eyes on us to see. There isn't a way to do it, but the system is set up that way. They make it that way. What do you think would have been the alternatives? Biggs, though, I don't think we had one. It's because, now, let's say this. It's not that we didn't have any. It's that the alternatives we had, there's no way they can win. Because of the way our government is set up, because of the way our society is set up, and our two-party system, there's no way for them to win. See, when we and here's the thing, and this is one of the reasons why I don't like Democrats or Republicans, because you can get a guy who's a Republican who'll come in there who'll be saying some things, and he'll be wanting to come in and help the people. He may not want to do whatever the corporations want. You know what'll happen? The establishment will crush him. That's what happened to Bernie Sanders. The Democratic establishment crushed him to go for Sleepy Joe. What up, bro? That's what they did. They crushed him. That fight is on tonight? I didn't know that. And that's what happened. They crushed the guy. That's why I don't like either side. Anybody who decides that they're going to do anything that has anything to do with the money, with the people, just for the people, they crush them. Both sides do. That's why we don't have an alternative. It's not set up for us to have an alternative. Because there are plenty, like I said, there are alternatives, but they'll never get eyes on them. You'll never get eyes on them ever. On a different note, I bought a new gun, my first one. That's nice, Big Zo. That's nice. Because I'm enthused about all the stuff that I'm into and all of that. But I just can't sit back and be like, oh yeah, everything is okay. No, everything is not okay. It's not at all. It's actually fucked up. I liken it to the same time I heard about the whole COVID thing. First time I heard about it, it was like, oh yeah, these people getting sick way off in the far corner of China somewhere. Yeah, they got this thing going around up there. Then all of a sudden, people start getting sick here from it. I'm like, yo, this shit is, how the hell did it get from the far corners of China to here? Then eventually it affected me. It affected my family. It affected a bunch of different people. So don't think because now what you said, it ain't affecting you right away, doesn't mean that it can't. That's my point for that. It can affect you. So you want to live with your head buried in the sand? That's on you. Go ahead. Stick your head in the sand. But you know, while your head is in the sand, that means your ass is up in the air. You can either get kicked in it or somebody could fuck you with no Vaseline. Remember that. Yeah, nobody wants to talk about this type of stuff because you don't want to see reality. You want to live in a fantasy. I can't help but see what's real and what's standing right in front of my face. I can't help that. It's staring me right in the face. And I would be dumb to not pay attention to it, not have some sort of concern about it, just because other shit going on around me look like it's okay. It's not okay. It just didn't get to you yet, but it can. None at all. None, BTG. We have a cushy existence here in this country. No matter what goes on here, we have a cushy existence here. And most of the people in this country don't know about real adversity. Like my man Billy say, as long as you shitting in clean water, you got it real easy. Before it came here, I was seeing China people wearing masks on the train. Way before it came, I was like, why are they wearing masks? Just end up thinking that nothing can affect us, but it can. I'm not that naive to think that it can't. Think that everything just go on okay and everything's smooth. Nah. The experiment has been fragile for a while. It's one fool away from going to hell. Yo, man, we done ran into more than one fool now, yo. We got fools that don't believe in nothing and that they're willing to hurt the actual people. Even the people that they use to get them where they are, they're willing to hurt them too. When the whole time they told them they wouldn't, but they're willing to hurt them. So I never believed none of the motherfuckers anyway. Right. Oh man, it's the funny thing is that I'm starting to believe that. I'm hoping not. Like I got grandchildren, man. I'm hoping not. Hopefully there's some men somewhere who think the same way that their pop-up does. Like, nah, we can't let this happen on our watch here. Those people might be silent. But hopefully there's a remnant out there that will do that. Hopefully that spirit of that made us a republic will rise up again and be like, whoa, we need to put the brakes on this shit. What up, Mr. Biggs? People warn me and it's happening. I mean, yo. But the only way something can just keep happening is if you don't do anything about it. And I don't know what the answers are. I don't have a clue. But I know the answer is to not be silent. It's to not just act like everything is okay. Because eventually it will affect me. That's burning all down mode because you don't think it'll affect you. I don't think he feels he needs anybody else. He doesn't think he does. Because he's stupid. He's going to learn that's not how things go. That's not even good strategy, man. And I'm nobody's tactician. But that's not even good strategy. You know, man, you talking about you want it to fall apart. I don't know what type of anarchist type of shit you talking about. I don't. I don't know about no gut renovation. I don't know nothing about that. Because in that gut renovation, people got to lose their lives. And ultimately, I don't want anybody to lose their life. It's still a life. I still believe that there's a God and that he created life, and you don't just go all willy-nilly with it and just do whatever. That's why as a guy who's willing to shoot somebody, I don't want to shoot nobody. There's a difference. There's a big difference. Well, people need to wake up and understand what's going on. Don't just have your head stuck in the sand. I already gave you an analogy. I don't want to say it again because somebody heard it and they're going to be offended by it. And I ain't trying to offend nobody. But I do not believe right now is the time for civility. We're past that. And we're only a little bit more than, 30-something days in? A little more than that, however long. The time for civility is dead. There's an image that depicts a game being played by the rich on the backs of the people who are on their hands and knees. The game controls us. Mike, I mean, I agree with you, bro. See, but here's the thing. I don't know if you've ever been in the game where you just got pissed off and you just flipped the fucking table over and the game was over and just knocked the game off. See, the most historical figure in the world did that. He sat outside the temple. He braided a whip. That's the part they never tell you about. He sat outside the temple. He braided a whip. Then he went in the temple and fucked up all the robber barons. Started flipping the table, whipping people, all that. And he's supposed to be the most meek and mild of us all, who gave his life for us. That's what they say. If you believe in that concept or that construct. Even him. See, but nobody never talks about the whip, the braid and the whip part. Even he wasn't taking no bullshit because he got mad at what they were doing. The game will be over if the people stand the fuck up. The game will be over for them. But it don't mean that the people can't have something going on because their game is over. It don't mean that. See, and I can't allow myself to ever feel that way or believe that way. Because that means that all hope is lost and I have to live in despair. And I refuse to live in despair under any circumstances. I ain't just a sort of just lay down and give up kind of guy. I've had one time in my life that I wanted to lay down and give up. Just once. But something deep inside of me said, get your big ass up. You ain't going to just stay here. And I've been moving ever since. I'm not spoiled. What am I spoiled for? I'm not spoiled. What is me being spoiled? What does that have to do with anything? I'm spoiled. What are you talking about? Because there's a way of life that I'm willing to live for? Fuck, die for? That I'm willing to live for? I'm spoiled? That's the most sideways shit I think I've ever heard. This ain't got nothing to do with being spoiled. This got to do with not wanting to see something that you love or care about just be fucked up. Beyond recognition. Ain't got a damn thing to do with being spoiled. Not to mention the fact I told you, I ain't got nowhere else to go. And ain't planning on going nowhere else. As Americans are spoiled. But hey, listen, I understand what you're saying. What up, Norwood? And to a point we are. But that's not why he's saying that. I mean, my wife spoils me. My mom spoiled me. People that spoil me. But that's totally different. Let me drop this. I want to hear what he's saying because I want to see what he's talking about. Because what I'm saying don't have nothing to do with being spoiled. Because you want to be able to preserve your way of life. Especially when you don't agree with everything that goes on around in your life. But I at least want to have a base or a platform that I can fight from. I don't get it. There's a lot of... what I'm learning is that there's a lot of talk. And that's it. Yeah,
Hey,
what up?
what's up, Cuzzo? I'm sorry, man. I'm ruffling you up, but I think you misunderstood a lot of it, and it's hard to communicate a complete thought in a text.
Hmm.
And a lot of the stuff you're saying, other than that, you don't got nowhere to go. You always got somewhere to go because you got family, bro.
No, no, no.
It
See, I don't,
doesn't
I don't, I
matter if
don't,
it's in America or you know what I mean. People love you, bro. I'm
bro.
one of them.
You want to
You
know
know what I
something?
mean?
You want to know something? And when I talk about that, I got plenty of places I could go in this country. I ain't got nowhere to go outside of it. I don't
You got,
know anybody.
but
I don't know
yo,
anybody
good.
outside. As a matter of fact, I refuse to go anywhere else.
Well, that's
100%.
your choice, bro. That ain't got nothing to
It's
do with anything.
100% my choice.
But
That's
even
right.
if
I
you
refuse
even if
to.
you stay here, bro, regardless of what the situation may be outside, as long as you got love on the inside, you good, bro. Those are the things that actually have value, bro. You know what I mean? No matter how it go down out there with the politics, the war, the motherfucker shit, you got your family, you know, your kids, your grandkids, you know what I mean? Your wife, you know.
They gotta have somewhere to be, man.
They're gonna where they going? They're gonna relocate you like they did the Native Americans?
I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. But if you have a total collapse, where the fuck you gonna go?
Well,
Where are you going to go if there's a collapse? Where am I going? I'm a citizen here, nowhere else. And I don't want to be a citizen anywhere else.
so who? This is the point that I was. This is one of the points that I was trying to make. Who made up this citizenship anyway?
What?
Who made up this citizenship anyway? I'm just, let me be a
I
dumbass
mean,
and don't know who
the
made up this
government, I guess.
citizenship, this visa, this passport, and all these fucking borders, and who said that this was theirs and this is yours and this is yours? Who made that shit up? Because I damn sure wasn't God.
No, God didn't make it up.
Who made it up though?
I don't know. You tell me.
I don't know, some guys in some church in England and another motherfucker in Belgium.
So then I guess that is what it is.
So they tell us that you a citizen of this country. So if some artificial man could tell you you're a citizen of this country, that's another artificial man could tell you that you not, or where you can't go. Is that really freedom? Is that something that?
You
Hold
do
up,
know
this is
that
what I'm
you do know
saying though.
that's the
Is
situation that
that a
we live in.
concept or an idea
That's
that
the
you
situation
willing
that
to
we live
defend?
in.
Huh?
That's the situation that we live in.
And is that a place? Is that a situation that we live in? Is that something that you want to preserve, or you want to be able to move freely, go back and forth as you fucking please?
I do want to be able to move freely and go back
Well,
and forth
that's
as I
in
please.
order for that to happen, and you want to really move and back and forth. This racist ass shit that they design, like you stay here and you stay here and you can't come here. Their visa system, their passport system, their racist ass NATO system that enslaves the rest. Take 95% and give the scraps to corrupt politician shit, and then give the rest to their corporate leadership shit. That shit gotta fall, bro. This shit been going on for 150 years.
You want to know
This shit
something?
been going, yo, you know how long this
You
shit
keep
been going
saying that
on?
that shit
Hold
gotta
up, Zach.
fall.
This
But
shit
yo,
been going on since they
what if
stopped
you
free
fall?
slave
What if
labor,
you
bro.
fall? I fall. Our families fall. And we just ain't fucking
I
here
don't
anymore.
fall, bro.
See, you keep talking that motherfucker. Anybody can be taken out. Anybody can fall.
Cause yo,
That's bullshit.
my shit lasts after it's about building legacy, bro. My shit, I could be dead going. My kids can be dead going. My shit still go.
This argument doesn't make.
It's not an argument that makes sense. It's
I don't
not.
get
It's
it.
just not a fear. It's just like a. It's
I
not a
don't
fear.
get.
But
I
this
don't
is
get what
nothing
you're
that I'm
saying.
not trying to protect. It got to be reset, man. After it's reset, it might be something better. But you got to let nature happen. It's corrupt, man. So it has to be fixed. And in order to fix, you got to turn the machine off, bro. When your computer mess up and it's jumpy, your phone mess up, it's jumpy. You turn that shit off. You don't have a phone call for a couple of minutes. It turns back on. It's working better now. That's
This
what
is
gotta happen,
not
bro.
a fucking computer. This is people's motherfucking lives.
It's a
This is
system,
not a
bro.
goddamn
It's it's
machine. What the
it's
fuck
people
are you talking
and it's
about?
people in the machine, Zach. Listen, if you keep the machine running, people die. If you turn the machine off, people die either way, Zach. So you just because it might not be you getting your fucking brains blowed out over some fucking war, over some bullshit or something. Somebody kids is out there. I spent over 20 years doing this shit, Zach.
So that mean I'm
And
supposed
I
to
can
just
look
lay.
back and say
That
half
mean
that
wait, wait,
shit.
wait.
I
So that
done
means
ran
I'm
on
supposed to
every
just lay
continent on
down.
this
I'm supposed to just
fucking
lay down and
world,
take
bro.
the shit. I'm supposed to just lay
Huh?
down and take the shit. I'm supposed to just lay down and take it. That's what you're saying.
All you got to do is support the people you love, bro. That's all you got to do.
Jesus
Love,
Christ,
bro.
man.
Support your people that you love, bro. That's it. Keep the machine going.
This
You
is
know what I mean? Keep doing what you do and do your best. That's all you can do. You can't worry about the world. You do your best for you and yours. And everybody do, and you build a community around you. Don't worry about this clown in a white office. This motherfucker's stupid. You already said that a million times. We don't give a fuck about him.
Yeah, but his dumb
And it
ass
don't matter which one.
dumb ass sits in a seat of power that can do shit that can affect me and the
It's
ones I love,
affecting
the
you
ones
anyway,
around me.
Zach, whether you like it or not.
What
Biden was
doesn't I'm
doing
supposed to
shit.
lay
Biden
down?
was doing shit that was affecting us.
I'm
Everything they
supposed to just
do
lay down
affects us.
because of it. I'm supposed to just lay down and be like, oh yeah, it's okay.
You're not supposed to lay down. You're supposed to do what you're supposed to do. You ain't supposed to lay down and be sleep like, yeah, they're going to take care of it. You take responsibility for everything you do and you and yours, man. That's all I'm saying.
But
You ain't got to lay down. If you want to lay down and just take the shit, lay down and take the shit. But that's your choice.
I think that's the difference between me and you.
What?
I don't just feel responsible or feel anything towards just me and mine. I've tried to do that. I've tried to sit and just be like, yeah, I don't give a fuck about nobody else.
Nah, well, you see the shit coming. Nah, you gonna care about other people, but you see the shit coming, but you help other people, Zach, for real. You are inspiration to a lot of people, whether you see it as being direct or indirect. You are, but just by being on here, bro. That shit is something special. And you can look at it like nothing, but these conversations that you have and expressing your opinion, that shit means something to somebody. It may not be direct or you may not feel like it's important, but it is. And you don't know what kind of influence that has. That's why they call that shit influences. You feel me? So just keep doing what you're doing. If you're going to talk your shit, talk your shit. Keep it moving, bro.
Can't sit back. I just can't sit back and be
you don't have to sit back. Just keep doing what you do, bro. I ain't saying you gotta sit back. If you're gonna say something about the shit, if you're gonna protest it, if you're gonna speak your mind about it, do that.
Well, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm loving that. I was happy to see you do it. But just keep doing that. I ain't asked you to just lay down and don't say shit. Do what you do. You know what I mean? And do it.
And that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, exactly. And you're not supposed to do it, that's it. Nobody expect you to do anything more.
I mean, it's just that
I ain't going nowhere. I done said this shit a million times. I ain't going nowhere. But if I had to go somewhere, I'm good everywhere. Because
I won't concede to just, I'm just gonna go. No. To me, that's a disservice. This a disservice to a whole lot of men and women who done gave up their lives so I can sit here and talk shit on this camera.
Yeah. A lot of men and women gave up their lives. You know what I mean? A lot of men and they women gave up their lives just getting us across here. You know what I mean? Just getting us here.
I understand that.
Our lineage, right, is not to one particular landmass or one particular nation or one particular name. Our lineage go all the way up to the Most High, bro. And the Most High gave us all of this shit. You see what I'm saying?
Well, you see,
but our selfishness, we taking our pieces. You know what I mean? our selfishness, we taking our pieces and claiming it, and you know what I mean. And we're finite when we're gone. Then what? You know what I mean? Whether it's a war, whether it's in our bed, however it's go, we got an end date. Then what? All of this shit that say mine, it got to be passed on. So why don't we make preparations to pass to share the things that we have?
I can make.
But I'm getting that's philosophical thing.
I can make preparations to pass shit on and give my shit off too. But I want my shit to be able to be used.
So that depends on the shit that you have.
It depends on the shit that I do now.
Yeah, the shit that you do now. And the shit that you have to pass down, and a lot of it, is a lot of the love in the game that you spit.
That's true, but yo, man,
you're a legend, Zach.
Like Run DMC said, can you tell me the last time that love bought you clothes? No, you can't.
Yeah, I can tell you.
So all of that love is good and all that. That's fine. That's fine. Yo,
you don't buy nobody don't buy nobody nothing for nothing, bro. So Love bought me a lot of shit. I got a whole bunch of J's off of Love. It's like, yeah.
I mean, that's what you supposed to rail against the machine, and
Yeah,
that's the
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
But that's the thing that I don't like, especially seeing what's coming out of the community that I'm a part of.
Nah, but I was just bugging out about that Ukraine thing.
Nobody wants to say. Nobody has anything to say, and that's the thing, man. It's all
Yeah,
fun
Trump
and
running this
games.
bitch into the ground, boy. Yeah, you right. I'm agreeing 100%. That fool
You
running this
want to know
shit into the
something?
ground.
You want to know something, Big Tap? I didn't think it would do anything because we can't get together enough to make anything substantial for it to do anything.
It's that shit
That's
by
the
design,
problem.
bro. That's
That's
by
the
design,
problem.
Big Tap. Yo, Trump burning this bitch into the ground. Some people are scared, right? But I kind of like knew it was going to happen.
See, that's the
That
thing.
shit damn near happened the last 4
I
years.
knew he was going to do dumb shit too, but I ain't
This
going to
time
be
it moved
silent,
relatively.
and you
This
can't
time it's
just be
faster
silent.
and more efficient.
See, this is a point where I think we've never seen, especially in our lifetime, because there's nobody who can save us from this. Not no party, no nothing. This is
Nah,
the
it's
same
just
thing.
gonna run its natural
This
course.
is the same thing that happened in 1776. The people had to stand the fuck up and be like, "Nah, we ain't having
Nah,
this shit."
this is more like
It's
the
the
same thing that
same thing.
this shit is more like the same thing that happened in 1965
Wait, what?
with the Civil Rights Act.
Nah, this is different.
This is big. You think so because you were. I mean, we were on the other side of it. But for them, the world fucking changed. They trying to turn that shit back to that. That motherfucking Civil Rights Act disrupted the world, bro. Before that, it was the Emancipation Proclamation. That shit destroyed fucking America, bro.
Well, I
And damn
mean,
near, and they try to refix that and call it the Reconstruction, and then fix that back and give all these Jim Crow laws and all of this bullshit. Then they almost made it. Then that Civil Rights Act came and threw that back, so they had to come out with more tricks to push motherfuckers back. And then they did so many tricks, bro, that the tricks to preserve the status quo of power of fucking Western European white privilege. And I ain't being racist or anything. It's working against them and it's falling apart. And that shit even goes to that shit in the Ukraine. That 1965, all those countries in Africa became independent with Russian support. Motherfucker, 10 years later, the United States has had so much goddamn corruption and politics on a so-called Cold War that in
well,
they development and US aid money that
Russia
they
didn't
made
really
these
want that.
countries dependent on them
They
and
didn't really want that.
not independent. So they got independence as a word while they pillaged and stole everything out of South America and Africa. You know what I mean? They gave us raises but increased the price of everything.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man. This shit is trickery. Do we want to continue to be in some place with trickery? But it's so embedded in our society that the only way to fix it is to just dissect it and take it apart and start it new, bro.
Yeah,
It's a disease, bro.
but do you see how they're trying to dissect it and who's going to be affected by
Yeah,
it?
but they doing it so they don't even know they doing it. That's the beautiful thing about it.
No, they do know they're doing it.
They don't know they doing it. They
They
just
do know
being
they're
so
doing
fucking greedy, and that is so greedy and so grimy and so sneaky that it's going to implode on them.
it. They know what they're doing. I
Yeah,
don't
let them do
think
it
that they
then.
just don't know what they're doing. They know what they're
They
doing.
know they don't know what they're
You
doing.
know,
I can tell by the way these assholes moving that they
yeah,
don't know what they're
we
doing.
have more autonomy and wealth under our direct control. And BP, that's true.
Yeah, they don't. That shit in the Ukraine. I think Russia got to move that work. Russia got to move. Russia's like one of the richest in natural resources in Europe and Asia, and they don't have access to markets to get raw materials out. They used to have access during the old Soviet Union through the Ukraine and the Black Sea. Now, and they used to have like the biggest navy in the world, even bigger than the United States Navy. After that Russia stuff fall, they don't have access to the sea. They can't move that natural gas. Somebody blew up a pipeline that was going to Germany. So Germany now that that pipeline is blew up for the natural gas coming from Russia, Germany has to buy natural gas fuel from United States,
Mm-hmm.
which is a strange thing because the pipeline gets blown up. That was from Russia, and the United States was telling them not to use the gas from the pipeline, to close it off and don't build the next one.
See, and that's the
Now
thing.
they're
You
now
wanna
they're
know something?
starving in their gas.
Here's where I am. Even if that's the truth, I don't give a fuck if we did blow up the goddamn Russians pipeline. Fuck them.
So why wouldn't it be? This is the thing about it, right? I don't give a fuck about them, right? I don't give a fuck about that. This is the thing. Wouldn't it be a healthier place and a healthier world if it wasn't so much trickery going on and was just a free world market where people compete? If you want to
You
give
want
us
to know?
better service,
You
give the
want to know what
people of
bucks
the
against that?
world. Listen,
You
this
want
is
you
what
want
I'm
to know
saying.
what bucks against the free market? Human nature. The free
That's the
market
problem.
demonstrates
And it's
human
not
nature.
human nature, right? It's evil fucking greed.
It's
It's
human
evil
nature.
greed, and these people, our people in America, people around the world, been dying every fucking day, and we sitting here talking about what about my kids, motherfucker? These kids is in these mines mining these lithium, so we can have these fucking iPhones, 4 or 5 years old, down 120 foot fucking pole, but they ain't my kids. Fuck them. You know what I mean? But when motherfuckers was battling over these kids and these stupid ass in the White House and in the Kremlin and in fucking Odessa or Kiev or going crazy, and it's time to send your kids in this country falling apart, then it's your fucking problem. But it ain't your problem while the shit is going on, as long as you have your shit. This is Americans are the most stupidest, selfish fucking people I ever seen in my life. And they still believe in the dream, bro. There's more shit going on, and everything in this world is interconnected.
Oh yeah, of
Everything,
course it is.
everybody's connected, bro.
That's why we look fucking stupid after what happened yesterday.
Yeah, we look stupid as hell. So we need to just kind of like take care of each other. Ain't nothing wrong with a little bit of competition. Still sharp and still. Y'all doing this. You know what I mean? Y'all doing this. Y'all moving this product. We got this and this in the store. Give me better service, better quality, and let me choose as a consumer.
What up, Showtime?
You know, let me choose as a consumer. I might buy the cheaper one at a lower quality, or I might buy the top notch shit, just like we do with these firearms. But America's so rigged that they so greedy that and the way the system is, they don't want nobody else to compete with. So they sabotage all the competition. They cheating. And at some point, everybody's catching on to the shit.
I
They
mean, but
got to give it up, bro. And there's no way to hold on to it.
there's no real American competition. We don't manufacture shit here.
Yeah, they gave that up. Not only that is the materials. America's one of the richest countries in natural resources in the world, right? We got all the shit they got in Africa. But what happens is the quality of the shit we have, whether it's lithium, whether it's cobalt, whether it's any fossil fuel, natural gas, it's shield. It doesn't burn fucking very well. That shit they got in Africa and the Middle East blows this shit out the water as far as quality. So we sell this shit to Germany, or Russia sells better quality shit for cheaper. We don't want Russia to get that shit around the world. That'll fuck up our little hustle with our cheap shit for high. We got poor quality shit that we're selling for a lot of money. The internet, the same goddamn thing. Poor quality shit, lots of money. Sell it to the world. Fuck it. You know what I mean? Fuck it. You know what I mean? If somebody else entered the market, they are the enemy. We're not going to let them just come and we compete with them hand to hand on service, or let the Chinese people with their communication system come in and let us choose. We could get this cheap bill with a higher quality, or we could use this motherfucking Sprint and Boost Mobile and get clicked off all the fucking time. You know what I mean? They don't let us have a choice,
China is
and
winning.
they tell us we free.
China
You
is
see what I'm
winning.
saying? So the Chinese the enemy. We gonna go to war with them. You know, they the enemy, or Russia's the enemy because they got that good shit. They got that good. They got that good oil or that good natural gas, and they can sell it for cheap. But nah, we gonna sell Germany and Hungary all of this bullshit for high. It's a lie, bro. It is. They don't want the competition. Plain and simple. They don't want. They don't want free people to work for a good wage and spend their money wisely. They want fucking slaves, bro. They give you a paycheck, and no matter how much you get paid, most people in America use that to pay, and they have a little bit for their own little luxuries or what's the names or creature comforts. My wife just walked in the door. I'm sorry, guys. She's talking to me at the same time. Yeah, she looking good. Look at her.
Hey,
Look at her. Look at her looking all good. Went to her little business shit. Looking up, left me home babysitting, looking all good. No, but I'm just, we talk about my wife and I speak about this shit all the time. She, we speak about this all the time because she's passionate. She's a passionate hater of the system. And she like for it to be. She likes for it to preserve it and stay the same, so she can have. I think she just felt like she didn't have time to put her impact in it, or she wants something. But I don't think it's anything better on the side. We peaked already, bro. As a country, I feel like we peaked. I don't know if that's true, man, but it was. You know what I mean? It can't stay like this forever, bro.
I mean, we have a consumer-driven society.
Yeah,
I need to get some groceries in peace.
Yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to say my piece, but yo, it's a pleasure, Zach. Man, you good though, man. Don't worry about these people. Just keep being the fat guy with guns, bro. Talking that shit.
I mean, that's all I can do is run my mouth, man. But if I can find some other way to be effective, I would.
You are, believe it, man. You are very effective at this, man. You fat guy with guns, man. With your own music.
He said America peaked in 1973. Damn. BP, that was a year before I was born.
73. America peaked. You know what happened though? Then, which was so important in that part, the money switched over. The money stopped losing value. You can have the money, and people talk about the deficit and the debt. That shit don't mean nothing because they can make up the number and make it be what the fuck they want it to be. The money doesn't have any value anymore. The cash doesn't have value.
Yeah, no, we got a fiat.
It could be 400,000 today, and the same 400,000 tomorrow could be $4. You know what I mean? You could have shopping carts full of money tomorrow. It doesn't matter because it's fake anyway. It's fiat. So they invented this system called debt, but we gotta. It's tricky. Zach.
You're on RGG?
I'm on live.
Hey.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah. Anyway, well, thanks for letting me come on, Zach. I just want to talk my shit too.
Anytime, bro.
Different perspective, man. Different perspective, but I'm gonna go and just finish the conversation with my wife. I'm still listening. Holla at y'all. Peace.
All right, man. Peace. Said earlier, they're stealing your money and Bob. Yeah, it's true. I mean, hey, man, we all got different perspectives. We all look at things in a different way. But I still fall back to the same point. In order for me to have some shit, in order to be able to do something need to be here. And I'm not willing to just concede it like it's just okay. I'm not willing to do that. The people that have no debt have a significant advantage these days. That's true, Big Zo. Baby. All right, Cartwright. Peace, bro. Oh, yo, if you didn't get your hotel rooms, email regularmeetup@gmail.com. We got some more stuff available. If you bought your ticket already and you didn't get your hotel room, so I can send you the email, send you the link. It's all by design. A new world order was announced and implemented by the elites in the early 90s. We should have stood up then. I mean, hey, Mike. But it don't mean you lay down now. I don't get that. Because that's kind of how it sounds. It sounds like, oh, well, it is what it is. So just go on like everything is okay. There's a generation that comes after me that's part of me. And I need to do something about it. What up, Joseph? All of us do. You can't just lay down like everything is. We would never have a country if we did that. It's because Nixon took us off the gold standard. Yeah, honey, we took us off the gold standard and fucked us up. Messed us up. I mean, Mike, because you older now don't mean you can't stand up for some shit. It don't mean that. It don't mean that. But I always lead with the fact that we in a bullshit ass system. But it's our bullshit ass system. And we shouldn't let somebody just allow somebody to just let somebody do whatever they want to do to it. That's what ends up happening when people get fed up and you end up having revolutions. That's what happens. Well, Royce, the U.S. and West made a play to destroy Russia to Ukraine, just like Napoleon and Hitler. The same people funded those guys. It didn't work. So all of this is out of desperation of the West. If you say so. But that's your opinion. I respect it. I ain't got to agree with you, but I respect it. God we trust because nothing backs the dollar. Besides, that value is artificial anyway and agreed upon lie. That's true to me. I know we got to fiat currency. Our money ain't backed by nothing. That's what they said we're going to. They said they were going to do a tour of Fort Knox to see if the gold was there. I ain't heard that nothing about that. Personally, I don't think there's nothing there. Nah, man. I don't like what I see. And I'm not ever going to agree with it because I think it's bullshit. And when I watch people that I know are lesser than me trying to rule me, no, that's bullshit. Yeah, me too, BP. I want to see that. Remember how Geraldo Rivera used to go back in the day, open stuff up like the Capone votes and all type of shit like that, and there was nothing in there. That would be funny. The dollar is based on faith. Yeah, that's true, Royce. It is. Nothing really backs it. Yeah, that'll be great to see. I'd love to see that live broadcast too. Yep, empty vote. That's right. That is have echo. Nah, man. But I'm just gonna keep watching. Keep talking about the shit that I don't like. And hopefully the American people won't just sit back and allow shit to happen. Did it once, you can do it again. Got rid of one king, you can get rid of another. It is what it is. That's the American way. Yep, what you gonna do? That's the American way. I don't fuck with kings, man. There's only one king, and he don't live here. He built everything. That's my own. That's my own thought process and my own belief system. But the whole just what up, Greg? What's going on, bro? The whole just sit back and not say nothing and no. You prepare yourself for whatever's coming. However you're gonna do it. Because I'm not that naive to think that the same shit that we read about in the history books that happen other places can't happen here. There's nothing that makes us different other than the fact that we got more technology. And matter of fact, in those times, the technology that they had, they thought they was the shit. So it don't matter. Even if the gold is there, the question is whom it belongs to. I mean, I don't know. I don't have a clue. I don't know who it belongs to. Supposed to belong to the people, I guess. I guess it's supposed to. It don't matter anyway. If it was there, they'll steal it and move it off someplace because that's what's happening now. Just raiding the treasury. That's all. Just raiding the treasury. You think so? Vivek he'll never win here, Tapman. Ever. I know my state. He'll never win here. So property is a European concept. So I guess. You think it belongs to King Must be? I don't know. Somebody gonna get it. I'm putting the gold in the Cowboy side. Right. 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 I mean, yo, man. What I saw yesterday was embarrassing. It's embarrassing. No matter how you put it. You can come up with all the different side stuff about they were doing this because the United States was trying to get to Russia and doing all that. Even if that's what the United States was doing, I don't give a shit. I'm an American, and I don't give a fuck about Russia. I want us to come out on top. So fuck them. Let me just be clear about that, number one. And you ain't got to agree with me, but it is what it is. That's why when we start having all these side things about, oh, but we did this to Russia, we did that to this or that. Yeah, okay. As far as I'm concerned, we paid the cost to be the boss. It is what it is. So everybody running to get here, not everywhere else. It's a whole other conversation. You're going to give it back to the poor Afrikaners. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. The ones who stole all the land over there. That's what they do. They colonizers. It's in their blood. It's part of the lineage of evil. It is what it is. That's another conversation too. People always get their feathers ruffled when you start talking about that. It's not my fault if your grandfather, great-grandfather, and great-great-grandfather and grandmothers and all of them were a bunch of pillaging, lying-ass people who stole shit from people who look like myself and other people. It's not my fault. I mean, hey, Mike, it is what it is. But I don't give a fuck about that. My America First looks different than theirs. Because when they say America First, they mean, and you can get offended if you want, they mean the white Christian patriarchy. That's what they mean. They don't even mean they're women. They just mean white Christian men. That's who they mean. And when I say America First, that's not what I mean. You can't shame them into doing the right thing. Nah, you can't shame them into doing the right thing. But because I can't shame them into doing the right thing, don't mean I'm not going to say what the fuck I want to say to them. That's some punk shit. Because I can't shame them or because I can't make them do it, I'm supposed to just shut up. That's some punk shit. I ain't no punk. AKs, I kind of like those. I mean, hey, ain't nothing wrong with an AK. Nothing wrong with it at all. But you don't let somebody who is your enemy just decide that they're going to come in and do some shit to you. And the guy who's supposed to be the watchman at the gate just letting everybody walk right on through. Oh, it's okay. It's nice. It's all right. Just come right on in. Because they got so much in common. Because they went through so much together. Licking that man's balls. Because they got so much together. What about your people here in this country that you're supposed to have something in common with? Because you don't. Just like trying to sell American citizenship for $5 million. And they ask him, oh, okay, well, can the oligarchs come in? Oh, yeah, I know some really nice oligarchs. They can come here. You're going to just let more foxes come into the in-house. Because that's a grift. It's a way for you to make some money. So you're going to try to find a way to stick that in your pocket. But nobody sees none of this. You just look at it, oh, yeah, it's just normal. The fuck out of here. Exactly, BP. He teabagged that dude. and that just seems to be okay when he's not doing anything to help anybody. Not one executive order, not anything has done anything to help anyone. And that bullshit executive order that he did on the 2A stuff, that ain't shit. These motherfuckers control the House, the Senate, the presidency, and they control the Supreme Court. If they want to do some real gun shit, they can do it. But they won't. Because no oligarch wants regular people to be able to defend themselves. Because then they can't lord over you. So keep thinking that everything is just sweet. He just, he's so, keep thinking that stupid shit if you want to. Politicians make a lot of money in Europe for selling citizenship. That don't mean it's right. Side note, I'm liking these guys. Thank you, bro. That don't mean it's right because they make money doing it. See, that's the thing. When you start having all these, we talking about we in one game, right? Then you want to start playing. We play football. Then you want to start playing basketball. Then you want to start playing baseball. Then you want to play handball. We playing football right now, and you want to start talking about a bunch of other side shit. That because they did that and made money off of it doesn't mean him doing it makes it right. It don't mean that. And because what he's saying is that just because you got money means that you okay and it's okay to let you in here. And the ones with the money are the ones that's fucking shit up right now. So that don't mean nothing because they got money. That don't mean shit. So there's this thing going around now about, you see, I know some of you have seen it, people singing about, I never thought the leopards would eat my face. And what that's based off of is a story of a guy joining a party called the Leopards Eating My Face Party. And what happens is the leopards ate his face. And then he was surprised. What the fuck you surprised for? It's like the story about the snake. You took me home, we did all of this, and I bit your ass and you get mad at the snake. You knew I was a snake. But now, all of a sudden, everybody's so surprised by this. Bullshit, what you surprised about? They want to play both sides, and they still all. I mean, Royce, I understand that, but that's why you can't trust any of them. That's why I say right now, the only people that you kind of try to depend on, I guess, is the American people. And then we so damn divided, it's ridiculous. I don't know what the hell is going to happen. But what's happening is I'm watching the dominant society get pissed off about what's going on, which is actually a good thing. That's right. Snakes do snake stuff. You got it. It's actually a good thing. Because I'm watching this. Because, see, and I can only speak for black people in America, we understand what oppression is. Anything that we got, we fought for. We understand about being oppressed. And someone saying, oh, you can't have something just because who you are. White folks don't understand that shit. Because even when they ain't have shit, there was a rich motherfucker that was looking at them saying, hey, you see that black guy over there? He got a piano. How come you ain't got no piano? And then the stupid hick white person decided to get together with a bunch of other stupid hicks and go kill the black man and take his piano because the guy who was the rich guy who don't give a shit about either one of you told you were better than them. And that's some shit that still goes on now to this day. So they don't understand what oppression is. They don't. Now, white women may. They may understand it because they've had to live under that shit. They couldn't vote. They're trying to make it now so that they can't vote. So women can't vote. Some crazy shit they're trying to do. Trying to bring everything back. That's why I said this is about the white Christian patriarchy. And if you're a white Christian patriarch and you offended, don't act fucked up. Don't be fucked up. Fight against the bullshit. So that's the thing. That's why I'll say whatever I want to say. You can get mad at whatever you want. If you ain't about the bullshit, you shouldn't get mad. You should be like, oh, yeah, yo, what he's saying it is. I may be one of those, but I ain't got to be like them. Get your ass off your fucking shoulders. Stop acting like a bitch and stand up and do the right thing. Because evil only prevails because good men don't do shit. They ain't how it was said originally, but it is what it is. That's why all of this, we can't talk. We got to talk in code. You can't see it. If you know you're not an evil bastard, why the fuck you care? If you know that's not you, why you care? And if you know you're about doing the right thing, you should just be like, yo, yeah, okay, what he's saying, he may be talking about somebody that look like me or whatever, but that's not me. I ain't down with that. I'm down with them. I'm down with doing the right thing. Not no bullshit. So you shouldn't give a fuck what I say. Matter of fact, you should cheer me on. Matter of fact, you should be out there saying some shit because the dominant society is the one that need to buck up before anything will change. I'm trying to take it back to white rich man. Exactly, BP, you got it. Yes, right. White, rich, Christian male landowners. And like I said, if you want to get your feathers ruffled because I say that, why? If that's not you and you're not down with that, why get mad? There's still good and evil in this world. If you're on the side of good, why the fuck you care about what's going on with evil? You fight against evil. If you're righteous, fuck you give a why you care about what the wicked is doing. You righteous. You down to get rid of the wicked. That's why I be tired of hearing that shit. Because you can't say that. You get offended. Fuck you getting offended for? If you know that's not you, why are you offended? And that's only common sense to me. Now, I ain't the smartest man in the world, but I know a little something. If I'm a part of a group and I'm not doing this bullshit that group is doing, and I'm righteous, I'm supposed to stand up in that group and be like, hey, all this bullshit y'all doing is wrong. I can't rock with y'all. You're doing the wrong thing. Not get mad at the person who actually, because I have the audacity to say some shit that might ruffle your feathers. Motherfucker, I don't care. They've been ruffling feathers of people that look like me in this country for what, 600-700 years, however long it is. So I don't give a fuck if your feathers is ruffled. If you're about truth and justice and some real shit, you ain't gonna care because it ain't gonna bother you because the person that I'm talking to ain't you. It's somebody else. And if you're really an ally or an accomplice or whatever, you're gonna stand up and be like, yeah, they on some bullshit. That's the problem in this country. Too many people running around feeling guilty. Don't feel guilty about some shit you didn't do. But don't get mad at me for talking about some shit that your ancestors did. Had a guy tell me some shit like that. My ancestors, I don't give a fuck. You them, and you still living off that bullshit that they did. That shit ain't stopped because they died. That's why it's a lineage of evil. Even the military realized there's such a thing as unlawful order. That's right, because there is. There's always such a thing as an unlawful order. A cop tell you to do some shit, and it's against the law, against the Constitution or whatever, and you buck up against them, you're not wrong, you're right. Because the law don't show up when they get there. The law is there already. They're supposed to enforce that shit. Nah, nobody ever wants to have these conversations because they're tough conversations. And nobody wants to say anything because you might ruffle some feathers or you might, whatever, yo. The fact of the matter is, if I don't ruffle any feathers, let's say I don't, and everything just go to shit, and we all just get fucked up, then what? I need there to be some feathers here to ruffle. That's my whole point. Got somebody trying to crash the whole damn thing down. And you're going to just let it. Listen, BTG, man, you got to talk to this is not a time for civility. The ones who on the other side trying to kill us, they're not being civil. When a man is coming to murder you and he is dead set on murdering you, the only way to stop him is to put his ass in the dirt. That's the only way to do it. There's no other way to do it. There's no, I'm going to turn the other cheek. I'm going to move it. No. See, because that's the thing that they want us to believe. That's the thing they tell you about Christ. Oh, you turn the other cheek, you turn that. But there's another time in another part in the Bible when God would tell his people to go in and slaughter every damn thing that's there. The women, the children, the animals, everything. Don't take nothing that's living. Those are the things that we don't want to talk about. And they never want us to have that sort of thought. That's how you get Nat Turners and people like that. They looked and they read that shit and was like, wait a minute. This stuff that they've been telling me is bullshit. And they read what was on the page. Sometimes you need straight no chaser. No ice, no nothing. Just give me a shot. I'm gonna hit it real quick. I'm gonna take it to the head. Bam. Maybe I'm just too stupid to not be quiet. I don't know. But ain't none of us getting out of here alive anyway. So that was whatever. I'm gonna say what I gotta say. Hitting the range in the morning. Yep. I'm gonna say what I gotta say. I'm gonna be on the range tomorrow too. That's the plan. Say what different, BP? I don't know. Yep. We're not supposed to just lay down, man. Where's the spirit in this country that got us to be the country? I'm talking about the starting of it. I don't. All the other bad shit that happened, it happened. Oh, well, BP, that's something that's a New York thing, man. So just taking a quick shot of liquor. That's a New York thing, man. that's a New York thing, Yeah, where's that spirit? I'm looking for it. And the funny thing is, it's a slow burn. I'm watching it. I'm watching it happen across the country. It's a slow burn because we do live a cushy life. To quote my man Billy again, our life is way cushy because we shit in clean water. That's a quote that rings home for me. It's a must to talk. We talk too much about shit that doesn't mean anything, but can't talk about things that can make or break us, that affect our well-being, our livelihood. That's a fact, Thomas. That's what I'm saying. We can agree and we can disagree, but let's try to make sure we have some place to be able to disagree. Let's try to make sure we do that. Trying to control the media is already bullshit. It's already bullshit. If you want to see anything that's not, you got to find something that's independent. Some guy somewhere who you may not even know about, and you got to check them too. But that's why you should be able to see exactly what's happening. Kicking this person out, kicking that out. You kick out the Associated Press and you kick Reuters out. But yesterday in that meeting, there was state-run Russian television in there live streaming, watching all that bullshit going on, so they can have some propaganda back home. Then miraculously, all of a sudden, we discovered that he wasn't supposed to be there. So once we found out, we kicked him out. I bet you that was at the end when they kicked everybody else out. That's what's going on right now. Pay attention to it. Even though the media is fucked up, these people are trying to make some sort of other narrative. What they're doing is, and they said it back in the last administration, they're creating alternative facts or alternate facts, whatever you want to call it. That's what they're doing. Don't fall for the okie doke, yo. Believe what they say. I know it's cliche, but when somebody tells you who they are, believe them. And they are telling you who they are, believe them. Right. They wouldn't let riders, or however you pronounce it, they wouldn't let them in. But they let them Russian state-owned bastards in. That's why I know it was all a show. It was all a show for the big man in the Kremlin overseas. That's what it was. It was all a show for him. There ain't no way that mistake should have ever been made that those people were let in there. I don't care if you keep on watching. You won't want the Associated Press there because they won't say Gulf of America. That's just some petulant child shit too right there, which is ridiculous. You don't want Reuters in there because they won't do it either. But you're going to let the Russian state-owned media in there because that's what you want. That's what Fox News is going to end up being. It's going to be his state media outlet. News Now or whatever they call News First America. That's what all those outlets are going to be. That's why he wants to kick out ABC, kick out NBC, kick out all these other places. They're all full of shit. But that's why they're trying to do this the way that they're trying to break stuff down because they want everything to be state-run. Because they're all scared of them. Because they all rich too. That's why as soon as people leave there, they start talking their shit. Because they're not controlled by them anymore. Yep, they're fake news. For sure. They damn sure are. but they're becoming more fake news because they're going to become state-run because they're scared of this clown. And it's going to be worse. You think we got it bad now? Just wait. Because there'll be an attack on independent media too. I'm just waiting for that to happen. Because they don't want no type of truth getting out at all. Oh yeah, the corporate news media, they're all full of shit. They're full of crap, all of them. You get one or two people that you'll listen to who actually say something, who say some truth. And they'll only let them stay on there because they're the ones who basically affect the bottom line of the network. Because if they got rid of them, their network would be in shambles. News direct pipeline to a cabinet position. Yeah, right. You are a weak, matter of fact, you're a weekend host. You're not even part of the A team. You're part of the B and C team because they got you on the weekend. They ain't got you on during drive time during the day. You know, the prime time during the day, the drive time, whatever you call it. They ain't got you that time. They got you on the B team on the weekend. And that's the guy who you pick to be, what, he's the Secretary of Defense or whatever. That's the guy that you pick? That clown? You fired a decorated black 4-star general who's a freaking engineer, sharp as a whip, smart as can be, and you bring in the 3-star guy who's a dumbass? Come on, man. This is Idiocracy. I don't know if you ever seen that movie, but this is Idiocracy. I never thought I would see this a day in my life. This is Idiocracy. Playing out right before my eyes. And I can't not see it. I can't put my head in the sand and just be like, oh yeah, this is okay. Nah, I can't do that. What I say may not ever make a difference, but it'll make a difference to me because I know inside me that, listen, I'm trying to say something. I ain't just want to lay down and just let them just do whatever they want to do. Nah, that ain't how that go. And none of us should. Your neighbor will turn their backs on you if you think you're doing better than them. Yep, they want to see you stuck up. Quite frankly, I'm tired of talking about these politicians who we put in places. Yeah, Big Zo, you got to get it out. And I agree with you, Thomas. You have to, because I take it in. So you need to put it out there for sure. But it gives me a certain level of, because I have people that I care about. Shit, I care about y'all. I don't want to see y'all fucked up. Not just the people that live in my house and the people that are my blood family and stuff like that. I care about y'all. Y'all my people. That's why I take the time to sit and talk with y'all. And I mean, y'all my folk. I love y'all. That's why I sit and talk to y'all day in, day out, week in, week out. If I didn't have any sort of damn care for you, I'd keep it moving. I just go do something else. This is part of me trying to say, yo, we all got to wake up and do what we got to do. Everybody got to talk in any way you can. That's what we got to do. Nah, man. I'm going to rant about this some more. Ain't going to stop. I'm going to do it again. Every time I see something, I'm going to talk about it. Because believe it or not, there are people who don't want to see it. I'll be in there. Let me tell you something, Big Zo. If I could find a way to run for some sort of local office, I don't know how to do it. I've thought about it. I've never ever wanted to be in some sort of political position before. Ever. But if I could find a way to do it and be successful at it, I would do it. Because we have no more common men in government. That's what those positions were supposed to be for. They were supposed to be for common men to go in there and express the will of the people because I'm common enough to hear what you're saying. Not I'm a multi-millionaire and I don't know how much a loaf of bread costs. I don't know how much eggs cost. I don't know how much milk costs. Matter of fact, it don't matter how much it costs because I got so much money, it don't mean nothing to me. The regular guy is supposed to be able to look at the people and say, hey, man, I understand what's affecting you because you know something that's affecting me. Them damn eggs cost a lot for me too. If I could find a way to do it, I'd do it. I just don't know how. and don't know if I would get elected or not. Because, see, I wouldn't be one of these guys running around about decorum and all that. What I've learned is that decorum don't mean shit. I've learned that the only reason why I have to have decorum is because you can't have a black man running around saying what he thinks and what's on his mind and cussing and doing shit like they do. That's the only thing that would be against me, but I wouldn't be able to stop myself. Because I care about the people. I just do. Sometimes I try not to, but there's something in me that won't allow me to. Something that's there that just has me do it. You know it, bro. And he was like, in my opinion, I'm just saying I feel like a hog running to the butcher to beg him to save me from hungry relatives. Yeah, exactly. Participate in the process. It'd be great, Big Zo. Eggs cost so much, I might have to pause the pound cake. No. I'll pay for the eggs, bro. Yeah, I had a president for this Clinton. Max, he fucked up and pissed him off. Yeah, man. I mean, that's the thing. We don't have anybody for the people anymore, man. We don't. We don't have anybody for the people anymore. There's a whole lot of stuff. We need term limits. We need all type of stuff. You shouldn't be able to get in office and become a millionaire. You shouldn't. Because then you're not part of the people anymore. You move. The way that this country works is you move away from the people when you taught not to care. As a black man who expresses himself strongly is labeled a threat. You know it, BP. Oh man, I've been in meetings like that. I've been in meetings where the white folk will go off and say all type of stuff. As soon as I stand up and say something, oh, I need to calm down. Fuck you, I ain't calming down. You ain't saying nothing to that bitch when she was over there talking that bullshit about her dog and she was going crazy. Now I'm talking about some shit that's important. And I gotta be calm. You ain't tell her to calm down. Fuck out of here. And I'm not docile enough to just be like, oh yeah, I gotta calm down. Nah, fuck that. We wouldn't have no country if people just calm down. What up, Dave? And we saw what they think about black women. You know it, BP. But I want to be one of those people that get the tax breaks. Yo, man. They trying to rape the people, yo. It is what it is. That's what they trying to do. Oligarchs. That's all he got around them. Because that's all they care about. They don't care about nobody else. They don't care about the American people. Not one bit. I would be calm if I got to. Nah, man. I mean, that's the thing, yo. This is about destroying the people. It ain't got nothing to do with draining the swamp. It ain't got nothing to do with looking for waste and corruption. That's a lie. It's about robbing the treasury and us watching them do it. That's what it's about. And I just hope it's not too late before the people wake up and say, hey, they're robbing us blind. We're not going to stand for this. Because they steady robbing us all the time. But hopefully we stand up and won't let it happen. They love to talk that old spirit of 1776 shit because that's how we became a republic. We need some of that again. Because the fox is in the hen house. And we need to handle that shit. I want that 5K. No lie, HK. Right. That's all I would do with it. I put a little bit of it away somewhere and then go buy something. That's what most people are going to do. The BP up, same here. It ain't going to help not one bit. And they ain't going to give it to us anyway. That's some bullshit that they say. That's the stick with the carrot on it, and they just keep putting it in front of your face. That's what people running around. Oh, Trump gonna give us money. He gonna give us this. He ain't gonna give you nothing, you dumbass. The last time you got the money, it wasn't from him. He just wouldn't let him send it out till he put his signature on there. It's all a big game because he's a showman. That's all he is. He's a carnival barker. And carnival barkers ain't shit. They lie. That's what they do. He's the ultimate clickbaiter. Yep, the ultimate clickbaiter. But hopefully we just won't stand by and just let it go sideways, man. That's what I hope. That's what I hope. I'm going to end this with business. Once again, if you didn't get your hotel room, send an email to a regular meetup at gmail.com. If you bought your ticket, then we'll get the link to you because hotel rooms are available again June 6th, June 7th. That is still important. With all this that's going on, it's even more important. So we can get together as people, as a community, and see each other and love on each other. And I'm not saying that different. Because that's what we need. That's exactly what we need. So, I love you guys. I appreciate y'all sitting here, chopping up with me, going back and forth with me. Whether we agree or disagree, I don't care. I love you anyway, and ain't nothing you can do about it. So, it's time to go. Salute to everybody. Appreciate y'all. I will see y'all again. Bro, if you're still out there watching, man, I'm signing off now. But, everybody go shoot something tomorrow. And I don't mean a person. Go shoot some targets, some steel, do something. Go bust them guns. Peace, people. Love y'all.